So the stream's gone live, well, 5 minutes from now.
All right. There's them. I still don't see a hollow. I'll try.
Alright, looks like you got S-Rod in. So just waiting for one other.
Yep. I sent them invites.
Yeah, they got a couple minutes yet.
All right, I'm gonna quick grab a drink. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
Alright, if you're back, then I guess we should kick off the intros here. So this is Therax. Joining me as co-caster is G.I. Jimmy 41 of the Swords and Sabers.
That's me.
We've got a Blood League match here again, and this is week 5, the final week, and we have a Division B match here between Darksea Corsairs and Skye Rangers of Terra Jaegers. And this is a battle for potentially first place. S-Rod's pretty far ahead at 15 points. I believe Darksea Corsairs sitting at 10. I'm going to double check that. Don't want to have wrong information. Yeah, Skye Rangers at 15 points, Darksea Corsairs at 10 points. So Darksea Corsairs needs to win every single drop in order to tie Skye Rangers of Jaegers and take first place, I think, on tiebreakers, if I understand tiebreakers correctly. So that's a hard ask. Not impossible, could happen, but it's more likely Darksea Corsairs is trying to pick up as many points as possible to get in a second or third place finish here, as Division B is very tight. We have a whole bunch of teams are really close to each other here. Sky Rangers is at 15 points, leading the pack. Gudron Synergy is at 11 points. Darksea Corsairs, Casterian's Guards, and Mechanjor's Unions all have 10 points each. And then at the bottom of the pack is Clutch with only 4 points there. So, I mean, this is a tight division. You've got one team at the top, one team at the bottom, 4 teams all sitting in the middle. So every point counts when they're trying to get that second, third place finish or whatever they can scrounge up here. And what we got is Blood League is a 7v7 league here, player run. We got 5 weeks in this tournament, and round robin format, all that. It's 5 cap conquest, 7 players on each team, and the weight classes are what determines the mech picks. Drop decks have to be constructed using specific weight classes, but the first 4 drops do not factor in tonnage at all. So drop 1 here, we're going to have 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 1 assault. Drop 2, we're going to have 2 lights, 2 mediums, 1 heavy, 2 assaults. Drop 3, 2 lights, 1 medium, 2 heavies, 2 assaults. And drop 4 is 1 light, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults. That's going to be the heaviest drop of the night, almost certainly. And drop 5 is actually tonnage based, but teams may not exceed more than 2 of a weight class. They have up to 420 tons total for their allotment there. And yeah, 5 cap conquest. I mean, everybody's probably familiar with the rule set by now, I would think.
It looks like Team 1 is locked in, 410 tons.
Yeah, so 410 tons, that's pretty standard. Sometimes you see lighter tonnage drops or heavier tonnage drops depending on a team's strategy. If they're dropping under 400 tons in the 7v7 league, I think we typically see them using fast-moving brawlers.
Yep, seems to be, especially for the first drop, pretty fast brawl a lot.
Yeah, it depends on the map, depends on the teams.
Oh man, Esrod is locked now, so here we're gonna go.
Yeah, I guess we can launch in. Alright, Mining Collective. Expecting jump jets here. I don't know if they're going to play range or brawl. Considering Division B, there's a chance they'll play range on here.
Yeah, those higher tiers try to play fancy and use aim and stuff. It's crazy.
The meta is pretty favorable to brawl at the moment. A lot of red lasers. So we'll see how these teams do it. And here they come. I've got Darksea Corsairs dropships arriving in front of... Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at Sky Rangers Terra, the red team here, Team 2. We've got a Phoenix Hawk 7S that is going to be Stumpnose PBC, small laser. Direwolf Prime headed for the back wall. That's going to be a range mech, Gauss ER large. Timberwolf with 4 LPLs. There's a set of 8 quirk on that Bounty Hunter variant. We've got Firestar's Mead Pulse ER small. Javelin with 7 medium lasers. So a little bit more range on lights than the small pulse laser Firestarter. And we've got a Night Gear C set of 8 with 1 Gauss, 4 ER large, and a Hunchback 2CA. Trying to get the build here. And 2 ER Peep, 6 small pulse. So definitely a range setup coming out of Sky Rangers Terra here.
Alright, I got a Yami no Tenshi and a Firestarter 9 with 6 small lasers and 2 light PPCs. He's already fighting Gray Fox. And we have Hollow and a Madcap Mark II Bravo, Nickels and Dimes, Royal Star and a Black Lantern with all the small pulse lasers, Chicken Man and a Timberwolf S, Looks like laser vomit, two heavy large, two large pulses, and then four ER mediums. Sir Epic Poner and a Black Lantern with the small and ER micros. Fire Ant and Fire Starter, same build as the first one. Six small lasers, two light PPCs. We have Pirate Queen Beckett and a Crusader 6T with two ER PPCs, and I guess that is, yep, 12 small lasers.
Yeah, so some interesting picks here from Darksea Corsairs. The Black Lanterns do not have jump jets. Usually you see jump jets in the lights and mediums on this map. Trying to make a flanking action work here. Also, their Mad Cat is a mid-range DACA build. So they're definitely looking to push with that given the setup of both teams. One other mention I'm going to have here is the Timberwolf from Darksea Corsairs. That is a very hot build that it had two LPLs and two heavy larges plus ER Meads. That is a big alpha. A lot of burst damage that can come out of there, but not much sustained DPS. We have a bit of a light and medium skirmish over here. The favors Darksea Corsairs as they have more skirmish elements with the double Black Lantern, double Fire Starter. So it's some 3-on-4 type action here, except it's actually 4-on-2 at the moment. So Grey Fox got legged. That's a dead mech. So that is the first kill going the way of Darksea Corsairs, making that 4-pack work for them. They're continuing the push here. I'm a little bit scared for them. Looks like one of the Black Lanterns got legged before it could get in, but they're trading that out for a fire starter. The rest of their team is pushing on the far side as well. Now we got the Timberwolf is getting jumped here from Sky Rangers of Terra. The LPLs fighting back against the fire starters, who are getting low percentages but are not legged yet. There's no support for this Timberwolf now that the light elements are mostly down for Sky Rangers. Gonna check out the main fight over here. The push has made it in. Hunchback 2C is dead, but there are some heavily wounded mechs on both sides. Crusader's got an open arm, but has all of its weapons, no open torsos. Mad Cat damage is very well spread. Night Gear, also nothing open yet for Black Cayman.
Oh, there goes Fire Ant down from the Dire Wolf on
Yeah, that
Overwatch. Looks
Direwolf
like,
is still sitting in the back. There's only two Sky Rangers of Terra mechs left, though. One of them is the Timberwolf that is playing wounded. It's legged, still has all of its weaponry. Now Chicken Man's coming in with a healthier Timberwolf to finish it off. And last mech up for Sky Rangers is that Direwolf. It's looking fresh, but it's going to be hard to clutch this.
yeah, not sure Gadolinium can take on 5 mechs by himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
and
it's
he's
halved
halved.
now, and it
Yeah.
lost one ER large while getting halved. Where would that ER large be located that it was lost when the left torso went? And there goes down the Direwolf. So the Crusader managed to finish it off. Crusader is now heavily wounded at the end, but this is a decisive win for Sky Rangers of Terra with their split push. Sorry, did I say Sky Rangers won? I meant Darksea Corsairs.
Oh, yep, yeah, Dark Sea Corsairs. I'll quick at least do the Dark Sea Corsairs damage. Yami only had 171. The two standouts on the team were Chicken Man and the Timberwolf, and Pirate Queen Beckett and the Crusader with 573 and 565 respectively. Hollow and that Mad Cat 2 Bravo was 374. And the rest were 200 or lower. And on the Sky Rangers of Terra, it looks like Gadolinium led the way with 832, with Apostle Burke and that Timberwolf at 428, but everybody else was sub 200.
Alright, next map up is Crimson Strait. Yeah, Gadolinium's got a standout there with the Direwolf, 800 damage, very well done. Ultimately, though, the lights kind of got picked in that 4-on-2 engagement, and that's kind of what snowballed it.
Yep, there's one thing in comp that's that you learn really quick that your lights are your life. You need them so your whole team could die, but as long as you have a healthy light left with some legs that can go cap, you could still possibly win that match.
Yeah, we've seen that happen. Unfortunately, because I was focusing on the light medium skirmish, I didn't see the main push go in from the Mad Cat Mark II, how it got in relatively fresh there. I guess maybe there just wasn't enough DPS out of the Gaussier large mechs to cut them down on the way in.
Yeah, that's what I would guess too. I was the same as you. I was watching the lights and mediums fight it out. Up, team Dark Sea Corsairs is locked.
That's the unfortunate thing about MWO spectating is there's no replay system, so if you missed it, you missed it. And it's hard to know what to focus on. Like, we want to watch the action, but there's action on two sides at the same time. Unlucky.
Yep. Well, it was just like that last cast that we had that headshot from across the map on Crimson Strait, and no one really saw it, but
Yeah, that was NAF versus Oxy, I think.
yep, yep.
Yeah, actually, I went back and I saw the clip. Somebody made a beautiful clip out of that cast, and as I'm in the mech chassis spectating, first person view of like a direwolf, I believe it was, in the corner, you can see the flea getting headshot on the ramp. So it actually is
Nice.
on the stream. I totally missed it during the cast, but somebody's made a very nice clip there on the MW2 League's channel. So you can go watch that later if anybody here is interested in seeing a flea die to a headshot.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to see it. Like I said in the cast, I just caught it out of the corner of my eye of the flea falling off the ramp, but
Yeah, I pretty much missed it, but happened to get a little bit lucky and have it in the screen. So it is available on the rewatch. So we have one team locked in here on Crimson Strait. As we're getting ready for this next drop, both teams are now locked. It's 850 tons for Dark Sea Corsairs versus 415 tons for Sky Rangers of Terra.
yep, here we go. We're gonna launch. That's a pretty big weight difference, 35 tons. I, I hope S-Rod is at least trying to fast brawl on this one after that much underweight. Seen some pretty interesting strategies on this map between some mixed range and fast brawl.
Yeah, this is actually an enjoyable map. Currently, I don't really fully understand how to play it yet, but it's been moving the spawns and caps around has really breathed a new life into this map for the Conquest game mode.
Yep, definitely. I'm pretty sure. I think they moved those caps before ISC, or right at the beginning of ISC.
Yeah, they did move it for ISC, but ISC we're only playing a 3-cap format, so we didn't really fully appreciate it yet, I don't think.
Right, right.
Alright, I'm looking at Dark Sea Corsairs this time coming in the blue as Team 1.
All right, I'm looking at the red team. That's right.
Alright, going through the builds here, we have a Skull, that's the Orion 2C hero for LPL build. We've got Stormcrows, ERP with backup lasers, 2 of those. Incubus with ear large heavy machine gun, and then a Firestarter with light PPC and small laser. So definitely some range and skirmish there. Gauss rifle, 5 ear large direwolf times 1 times 2. So range plus speed and mid range is what the Dark Sea Corsairs have brought.
All right, on SROT side, we have a Stormcrow Lassiter with small pulses and ER micros, an Incubus 2 with the 2 ER large lasers and 5 heavy machine guns, the Orion 2C Skull with 4 large pulses, Stormcrow again with the small pulses and ER micros and 2 ER PPCs. We have a Firestarter with the same build as last match, the 6 smalls and 2 light PPCs. We have a Direwolf with 2 Gausses and 5 ER larges. And another Direwolf, same build.
So interesting thing is the skulls. Each team brought one of the Orion 2C hero, but they've put different builds on them. One is running the 4 LPL, the other is running Gauss Ear Large. So that's a big difference there in terms of what they're trying to do with the mech. So just taking a look here, Theta has been taken by Skye Rangers. They have that fleet dedicated to go and get the cap. Whereas Dark Sea Corsairs are putting some mechs toward the island, still taking their time getting there. And Skye Rangers have not contested island. They're instead taking range positions that can shoot down into the island.
Yeah, it looks like the Sky Rangers of Terra have some pretty good Overwatch positions with their, I believe that's their direwolves over there on the
Yeah,
ridge.
one Direwolf and one Blood Asp. Blood Asp in the high position has a range quirk on the CT of the Rancor Blood Asp. I believe it's a 5% range quirk. So it definitely should be dealing probably half damage when shooting toward the window on the island, maybe 3/4 at tops. But eventually it'll wear down, and they are running caps. Caps are in favor of Skye Rangers of Terra. And they've also got a decent concave setup with their Orions and the Stormcrows on the platform shooting toward the island as well, getting that secondary angle. That's probably the vulnerable point if Darksea Corsairs wants to do anything with their 4-pack. They're probably going to try to jump the Orion here. I'm seeing a little bit of movement from one of the Stormcrows, but they're not dedicating a push yet.
Yeah, it looks like that Stormcrow might just be kind of scouting and seeing what's over there. But they might not like what
Here
they
comes
find.
a hit. The Orion's about to take some damage. Oh no, Stormcrow's shooting something else. The Grey Fox and Stormcrow's covering the Apostle Burke's Orion against the Sir Epic Pawner's Stormcrow. A lot of Stormcrows here. Not a mech I was expecting to see in comp before the season started. So Darksea Corsairs, their Direwolf is at 76%. I'm going to take a look here, Chicken Man, see if anything's open. Just
Well,
the shield arm. It's nothing important. Probably some heat sinks in there, maybe
the
some ammo.
Stormcrows and the Incubus are pushing in, it looks like.
So this is the vulnerable point, but this is a 3v3, and the Overwatch... Well, okay, so Sky Rangers have not taken the fight. They are retreating. They see this thing coming in, and they're retreating to where they have cover. I don't know if this push can continue or not. Fourth mech is now joining Darksea Corsairs pack. Now they've gained access to Theta, but they would have to break a mech off to go cap. I don't know if they're going to do that. Sigma's been taken though, as the mechs moved up. I guess too many Overwatch elements left. Sigma has now been taken by Darksea Corsairs. They do have the 3 cap now, and they still have Theta cut off from the Flea if they were to dispatch a mech to go get it. So far, no movement that way for Darksea Corsairs.
That Incubus and Shonus must have an open component. He's at 67% but red.
Yeah, mechs are getting quite low. Direwolf from Chicken Man now is open right torso. Most of its weaponry is in the right torso. So if it loses that, it would be down to probably 3 ER large, would be my guess.
Oh yeah, that Incubus is open left torso and left arm.
Pirate Queen Beckett has overpushed here and is now getting jumped. It looks like Pirate Queen Beckett is making it to the water, where they'll have some cover. Direwolf and Chicken Man has lost its side torso, now down to just the 2 ER large. Black Cayman's getting jumped though. Sky Rangers may be overreacting, trying to get the Orion, which they did not succeed until...
Oh, there went Apostle Burke in there
Yeah, the
because
Direwolf
Orion
got
went
traded
down.
for because there was no support when everyone was turning to go for the Orion. So this is looking decisive here. This is going to snowball fast. Percentages are low on both teams, with the deaths are all going one way presently.
Yep, all that's left now is that Flea and that Blood Asp for the Sky Rangers.
Yeah, Blood Asp isn't is about to get jumped by a magnitude of mechs here, and that Flea can't even go cap. There's too many mechs still up. Rancor is open CT. It's got a bunch. Yeah, just goes straight CT with that kill. Incubus and Stormcrow finishing it off. Last mech is the Flea, still moving around, has both legs, but the caps are not favorable. So picks up a
Oh, he
kill,
did get picked up.
and then got legged.
Fire
Yeah,
spread.
that's that. So a bit of a slow push, and Esrop maybe over-responding to one mech on a side that looked vulnerable, but didn't manage to get it in time.
Overall, in this drop, both teams' damages are very similar. The top damage on Dark Sea Corsairs is Chicken Man and the Dire Wolf with 648, followed by Sir Epic Poner and the Storm Crow with 537. The rest of the team has a decent spread of 200 to the mid 300s. And then on SROT side, Gadolinium and that Blood Asp with 805. And the rest of the team's right around 300, except for the Shadow Cat was a little low with only 138.
Yeah, Gadolinium with that Blood Asp in a strong Overwatch position, putting out 800 damage, but the rest of the team just ended up getting pushed on. I don't know how much those ER larges could contribute in that type of a situation. Direwolves from Chicken Man Hollow putting in a lot of damage there from the island, but they were looks like they were being out-traded, so the rest of the team in the Stormcrows and Firestarters and such needed to make the play. A little bit surprised that Pirate Queen Beckett didn't get more damage out, but they did manage to survive after having everyone turn on them, so pretty well played there.
Yes, they were definitely dancing.
I do like that spot that Sky Rangers of Terror were using with the Blood Asp, that high point behind, what is it, Sigma Cap? Very nice shooting position. You can see a significant portion of the map, but a lot of it is kind of a little bit out of range, so even with Clan Ear Large, you're probably doing half damage at most everything you can see.
Yeah, and they didn't have the time. I mean, I shouldn't say he didn't have time to do the work because he did get 800, plus damage, but uh, they just couldn't finish off any of the enemy mechs.
Yeah, that might be a factor with the ER large laser, the burn duration, and all that. Particularly as it's 6 ER large, you're probably firing in groups of 2 in order to avoid the ghost heat. So probably a lot of spread damage against the targets, spreading damage, rotating around, twisting the torsos, that type of thing. Hard to know. I'd love to see like if we could get post-game stats as to like what percentage of your damage was dealt to which torso, that type of thing. I'd love that advanced stats, but this game doesn't have much in the way of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would make all the stat lovers out there pretty happy.
I mean, I just want to know if I'm doing well or not, and sometimes the damage doesn't tell you everything. But yeah,
Right. Yeah.
it's what it is. I mean, you can always record your own video first person, try to rewatch it, see how you did.
Oh, both teams are locked, so we'll launch.
All right. 430 tons on Darksea Corsairs to 410 from Sky Rangers of Terra.
Well, Therax, what do you think we'll see on this map? Again, this is one where definitely have seen some long range and brawl. So
Alright, looking at, I believe this will be Team 1 coming in, so Darksea Corsairs. Gonna try to get those builds quick here. We've got a little bit more time on this map than some of the other maps. Spawns are nice and distant away, I can run through all the builds. We got Shadowcat again. This time it's Darksea Corsairs bringing Shadowcat, heavy large, heavy machine gun, Crusader 6T. I'm smelling push. This is ERPPC small laser. We have an Executioner, 2 ERP and backup lasers. We have a Commando. I want to know the build. Small laser, 2 SRM4 and 2 small lasers. That is definitely a Cat bot. Second Crusader, 2 ERPs and small laser backup. And a Marauder 2-4L, which is Gauss ERPPC. You can fire all that at once, no ghost heat because of special quirks. And I missed the fire starter from Royal Star at the beginning, getting out there trying to go for Kappa, looks like. Light PPC, small laser.
All right, we got Crusader 6T with 14 ER smalls. Uh-oh, did I switch teams? I think I switched teams. Hang on.
Yeah, so I've got Mistlinks and Firestarter getting Theta here for Skyranger's Terra. We've got 2 Crusaders coming to back it up. Those are 14 ER smalls on the one, and yeah, both of them are 14 ER small. They're definitely pushing here. Skyranger's Terras came to push in.
And we have an Executioner and a Marauder 2. Charlie, Marauder 2, Charlie, a clan one. Looks like that Exy has a lot of medium lasers. It has 6 ER mediums, 2 large pulse, and micros.
Yeah, so definitely a push deck. Apostle Birkin, that Marauder 2C2, I believe is, there's a quirk on that to allow for all 3 heavy larges to be fired together. So that is a big alpha on that mech. A lot of early damage, though, being taken by that Marauder 2C2.
Yep, his left torso is already pretty weak.
Here
Still
goes the
has armor,
push.
but
Push is going low ground, trying to get to the background. Now the Executioner and Marauder 2 are being left behind.
no. Pirate Queen Beckett went down really fast there between the Mistlinks and the Vipers.
Yeah, got jumped by a 4-pack. Oh, Chicken Man goes down in the Executioner, so the first 2 deaths are on Darksea Corsairs. This push looks like it's stalled, though. Hollow is completely uncontested with that Gauss ERPPC Marauder 2. We have a skirmish up top. Crusaders being focused from Red Baron goes down. The light pack
Yeah,
from Darksea Corsairs doing some work here.
Esrot needs to get up top and consolidate so they can, push the whole way. Looks like they're
Gadolinium
starting
can't
to
make
go
it up
after
there. Did
Hollow.
try. Good attempt. Now we've got Shonez in the Firestarter on the Marauder's backside. So see if Hollow can deal with the light. Leg is open on Hollow already. Looks like some internal damage from overheating as well.
Yep, Hollow has his back to the wall trying to protect himself from
Hollow
the
doesn't
fire
have a
starter,
UAV
but
here.
but there he's lagged.
Yeah, looks like that
And
is
halved,
a
it
dead
looks
mech.
like.
Skyranger's Terra made the push work here. There's only 2 mechs remaining from Darksea Corsairs. They've gone off to try capping. We've got a Commando who's completely fresh. Cap points are nowhere near good enough at this point, though. This does not look... This looks very favorable for Skyranger's Terra. Royal Stars running around trying to get to a cap point. Open rear torsos. Looks like maybe the Executioner got a shot.
Yep, Sky Rangers got to spread out and hold some caps and just try to keep these lights off of them.
They do have the 4 cap, but they're facing off against a full 7 mech, so they need to get some picks on lights or mediums in order to keep their dream alive of a cap win. Grey Fox
Yeah, the
is ignoring the
fires.
cap to go for the pursuit on the Firestarter.
And so is Shones and Black Cayman are both going after the Commando.
Okay, Grey Fox broke off, went back to the cap. Executioner's catching the Firestarter. Oh no. There's nowhere to run. They're in a passageway here. This is a stand and fight with the open leg, and that executioner is open CT, but still has a lot of structure remaining. I would be willing to bet. Yeah,
Oh,
Catalonium
there
picks
he
up the
goes.
kill.
And there goes the commando.
So this is a decisive 7 mech kill to 0 mech kill win for Skye Rangers of Terra. And that's the end of Darkseid Corsairs' hopes of first place. Now they're going to continue to play here, get as many points as possible, try to get that second place locked up.
Yep, in Blood Leagues, I'd say a good amount of the divisions this year, they're pretty close, seem pretty well balanced, so that's a good thing. Looking at the damage numbers for Sky Rangers of Terra, Gadolinium and that Executioner with 534. Shones and the Firestarter had 475. Then Black Cayman and the Crusader 16 408. Then the rest were in the 300s with our Commando and the Marauder or the one of the other Crusaders less than 200. One, no, I mixed them up. But anyway, yeah, the Commando and one of the Crusaders on Dark Sea Corsairs were less than 200. Uh, I lost the screen.
Alright, we gotta switch teams now.
Yep, alright, I'll start switching.
Yeah, so I've just Hollow with Marauder 2 putting out 600 damage. It's very impressive. Didn't pick up any kills though, so that's effectively what the team needed to cut off that early push, was get an early leg or an early kill even, just to break up the push. Didn't happen. And yeah, the Fire Ant and the Commandos off capping, as they took a mech solely for capping, and they ended up being pushed. Not exactly what they were expecting to face, I would think, considering their drop deck composition.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of just drop that composition win. I mean, definitely helped. I won't say that that's what gave them the win, but it definitely helped.
Alright, so next map we're going to Tourmaline Desert here. So this will be an opportunity for Dark Sea Corsairs to lock up the win for the match, which is one of the tiebreakers. Could factor in for other teams going forward, or even for Dark Sea Corsairs. They could end up in a tiebreak situation, as so many teams are sitting in that 10 and 11 point range in Division B.
Yep, every win counts. So try to get as many of them as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a little bit disappointing for them potentially that they aren't still playing for that sweep in this match to try and get that first place. But they've played well. They're looking to try and lock up their second place or third place, as it may end up being. Every point, push for it. Not a bad place to be. Last week, trying to play for potentially first or second, third, that type of thing. Good position for the team to be in.
Yep, I know our team had our last game last night, and we were fighting for possibility of maybe second, but the other teams still have to play. But we're definitely we're in the contentions for third place, which we're very excited about. Since in ISC we were dead last in our division, so we've definitely made some improvements. So that's what it's all about, at least for a lot of the teams, just trying to get better and get those wins for the next one.
Yeah, another league coming up in a couple of months, and then after that is Worlds. So, start solidifying the roster, getting that cooperation and teamwork, trust, and everything else going on. Work on the drop calling, get ready for the big tourney coming up in what is that, like 3 months? No, 4 or 5 months away. Worlds August, I think it starts, end of August.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it starts in August.
I had fun playing last CompQ.
Yeah, so did we. Then we got a lot of free stuff. We got our 50 games in, so we got the max rewards. And that's what we were in it for. We had no illusions of making it to the top 12, being pretty much mostly new folks, but it was a good time. We
Yeah, the
definitely learned a lot.
rewards are nice. Getting the free, well, it's not a hero mech, but it's a 30% Seabuild bonus chassis. And then I just enjoy playing CompQ yet too. If you get a good group of guys and you're putting it together, dropping in for a couple hours, some
Yep,
good times.
we were doing it. I think the 2 nights that CompQ was open, we'd at least get a couple drops in every week, and like I said, we had a blast. So anybody out there that hasn't tried comp and is thinking about it, just reach out on the MW comp Discord. There's always teams looking to pick up players and or give you a shot just to have some fun with it and try it out.
Yep. I ran a rewards team for the CompQ last year, and yeah, I don't know, it was a bit of a mess, but it was kind of fun trying to get some additional people some rewards there with a 20 game minimum. And we
Oh,
have a team lock. This is 445 tons for Sky Ranges of Terror versus 455 from Dark Sea Corsairs.
all right. Where are you gonna head to watch
I
or
think
to?
I'm looking at the blue team here, so that'd be Sky Ranges of Terror this drop. Teams having switched over.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Sky Ranges of Terror coming in here, putting the non-crashed dropships next to the crashed dropship.
Well, you gotta learn from your mistakes, I guess.
Alright, Crusader with 3 ER large and 10 small lasers. We've got the Gauss ER large Direwolf, 2 Gauss on that one. Black Cayman's running it in the hero variant, so a little bit of a unoptimization there. Rancor with 6 ER large from Gadolinium. We have that Night Gear C set of 8 with 1 Gauss, 4 ER large. Viper with 7 small pulse lasers on the Viper C, so that is a non-standard, or well, it's kind of meta, but not quite. That's maybe the third or fourth most meta Viper presently. And we have a Flea doing a cap with Meat Pulse, ER Small, and Standard Small lasers. And here's the medium that I was missing. It's a rival with ERPC Light Machine Gun.
All right. For the Dark Sea Corsairs, here we have a Hellfire Bravo with small pulses and Streak SRM6s.
I see a light tag on there.
Oh, yep.
Is there something I should know?
It's got 3 Streak SRM6s, not
Okay,
just
so
SRM.
so
Streak.
it's not a lerm drop.
Not yet. Not that I've seen. That Blood Asp has let's see, 6 ER larges and then 6 ER smalls. Crusader 6T with the ERPPC and then the 12 small lasers. Firestarter with small pulse. Executioner with 4 large lasers and micro pulse. Then a Black Lantern with the small pulse and micro pulses. Another Black Lantern with the same build. And I think that's everybody.
Looks like the Hellfire was trying to pull off an ambush over at the cap point here, Sigma cap, but there's a UAV above it. Maybe it was detected, and the Viper made it out without taking any significant damage.
Alright.
Gadolinium is getting
Yeah,
farmed in the open presently.
he's shouldn't have been standing out in the wide open like that. Took some pretty decent hits.
We've got a lot of spread on this map. lights probing on two different sides. Got a fleet chasing after, yeah, no, don't want to pursue that. Fork the Spoonwrecker is not going to get close on the Black Lantern Firestarter combo. Just seeing them off from the cap point.
Black Lantern, though, took some significant damage. Nothing's open, but 76%, and they did pop a UAV to cover their retreat.
Yeah, I wonder if they only took the one UAV or if they have two. Open rear torso yellow, so gotta be careful when running away now. This is a full-on push, though, from Sky Ranger's Terror. They're sending 4 mechs toward Gamma, it looks like. They're right under the UAV, though, so... Yeah, Darksea Corsair is very aware of this. There's a little bit of blue laser weapon fire coming in here, but I don't think it's doing any significant damage. That is going to be well outside of optimal range. Looks like they're just surrendering Gamma, so Sky Rangers of Terra are sending their lights to pick up Gamma, which is undefended.
And it looks like Darksea Corsairs are going for Theta. What they
Take a
have,
cap, give a cap. Yeah, Hellfire is coming up to cover. So this is the entire 4-pack here. 2 Black Lanterns, a Hellfire, and a Firestarter going for Theta, which is defended with ear larges out of the Night Gear. So I don't know if it's I don't know if they'll be able to get this. They don't have any small mech that can sit behind the cap. Firestarter's a little bit fat for that type of a job. And Black Lantern is obviously very fat in order to try and hide behind a cap point. So they're going to have to get aggressive here with their Black Lanterns. Looks like they're going to push rear of stage. One of the Black Lanterns trailing behind, though. Gives Grey Fox a little bit more time to see this coming and escape. Here it is, a little bit of a probe. Are they going to go? Night Gear's moved to cover the Crusaders, so I don't know if this push is going to happen, but they need to make something happen. Caps are ticking. Not a huge rush yet, but I don't know if there's going to be a better angle than this. Now, they could go for Gamma. Gamma is available, so they could send the Firestar there, but nope, they're pushing stage. We have a
here they
stage
go.
push.
Looks like the Grey Fox and that Crusader's the primary target, but oh, no, yep. Looks
Yeah,
like
Grey
yep. There
Fox
he
goes
goes.
down CT. Next up is the Night Gear. Night Gear has no support. Apostle Burke, open CT, and down.
And
There
there
we
you go.
go. I was not sure that was going to succeed as well as it did.
Nope. I mean, Esrot's support there for those two mechs just kind of disappeared. They all were clumped up behind the one spire here. And
We have a Crusader grabbing Theta. So the Overwatch moved up to take the cap while the lights are securing stage. Theta has been stopped as there's ER large coming in on it now. That Theta cap will eventually succeed, though. Eventually something's going to be able to get it. Fire Ant has seemed to have found a place of cover, so this is going to be flipped right now.
yep, there it
So
goes.
they've succeeded getting 2 kills, took some damage, but they picked up 2 kills. Darksea Corsairs. The Viper,
Oh
Viper
yeah, he
came in.
pushed in too far. Yeah,
Yeah, is
he's
it
got to go
legged? No,
down.
it's
Yep,
not.
that,
Viper's halved with an open side torso as well, so very close to death, but not legged, so can still go and get cap points. I mean, this pursuit is continuing here. The Hellfire's... Oh, there it goes down. Hellfire gets the kill on the Viper. So Streak's finally connected to the right area. Sir Epic Pawn and both legs are open on his Black Lantern.
yep. It looked like the worst damaged mech for the Darksea Corsairs is the Blood Asp, which is trading at long, extremely long range.
Yeah, 43%. Is anything open on Hollow's Blood Asp?
I'll have to look.
I mean, Sky Rangers of Terror have lost 2 of their traders now at this point.
Oh yes, he's got a right torso and right arm open, but from the rear he's open, and got a lot of internal damage on his torsos from the rear.
I'm seeing a move here now from Darksea Corsairs that's probably going to finish this off. One of their mechs is going to grab Gamma. can't see who it is, but yeah, once that gamma cap is flipped, this is basically over on caps. Both teams at 570 caps. So that 4 cap is going to lock it up here.
Yep, that's Sir Epic Poner heading back to the Gamma Cap.
That's the mech with both legs open, so good choice for the cap mech. Now we have a
But
flea
the Flea going
making a
back to
move.
possibly.
They can't just secure gamma; they have to go for kappa though. So I don't know once they see that. How do they know? I don't think they know that gamma's in trouble, but maybe they predicted it. They still have to secure a third cap themselves, though, Sky Rangers of Terra. Now, this is going to be an interesting battle here. I'm going to watch this with the Flea coming in on the Black Lantern. Black Lantern is open on both legs. The Flea is open CT. And Sir Epic Pawner is retreating from the Gamma Cap.
All right, back at the main fight here. Panzazo and that Vapor Eagle is pretty beat up at 37%. Fire Ant and the Black Lantern for Dark Sea Corsairs is running off to Epsilon, it looks like.
Yeah, this is going to be a cap win here. I mean, they're up on kills as well, but Darkseid Corsairs has gone the safe route of securing this and is going for Epsilon and Gamma Cap simultaneously. Mechs in every grid on this map. Wow. Vapor Eagle goes down. Pirate Queen Beckett is looking slow here at very low percentage mech. I think they are legged. Yes, they are. Rest of the mech looks relatively fresh, though. Sir
Well,
Epic Pawner wins the battle against the Flea, and that's game on
there it
caps.
goes. All right, that was a good match. Uh, Dark Sea Corsairs. Nobody sub 300 on damage, with the top damage going to Hollow and that Blood Asp with 584. That was a great damage spread for the Dark Sea Corsairs. On the Esrot side, top damage is gadolinium in that Blood Asp with 718. Next closest is Black Cayman and the Dire Wolf, and then everybody else is 300, 274. And then we have the sub 200 and that Viper C getting halved right away there. He only did put out 62 damage.
It was a tactical battle. A lot of angles and probing from the light packs, checking the one side, checking the other. But basically, the stage push decided it. Very decisive push there on the stage. I saw it coming, but I thought they maybe over hesitated there as to waiting to make it happen. I wasn't sure whether they were still going to be able to succeed with it. And they came
Right,
out
I
of that
was
with 2 kills to none, so very well done.
definitely that was I would say I was nervous for him there because I was like I thought they stalled like you said, and then I just thought that was going to be it, but they definitely pulled it out.
I guess the reason why Sky Rangers of Terra didn't commit more to defend their Crusader and the Night Gear, as it turned out, was I guess the Overwatch from the Blood Ass maybe was a little bit too damaging for anyone else who wanted to go on stage.
Yeah, that could be. It definitely that Blood Asp up on the that one sniper spire there was seemed like they had plenty of shots.
Gadolinium coming out with a big damage score again, leading both teams, but team again coming out with a loss. So they're definitely putting in a lot of damage, but it's not leading toward wins. So I don't know if there needs to be an adjustment made, or if it's just the rest of the team needs to step up and contribute a little bit more to assist Gadolinium.
Yeah, maybe they need some sniper training. I don't know, but they were. There's been a couple of drops now this match where he's led the way for sure.
Yeah, Gadolinium's out trading the opponents in terms of raw damage, at least. Like frequently, this is what 3 drops in a row or something. I mean, definitely
Yep.
feels that way. All right, next map up, we're going to HPG Manifold. This is the tonnage drop, tonnage limited, 420 tons available to the teams to make their drop deck. And they may not have more than two of a weight class, so it'll be a little bit interesting to see which weight class they decide not to bring two mechs in. Basically, that's how it works. We have a lock from Team 1. Sky Rangers of Terror have locked in at 415 tons, so they are not using up their complete maximum tonnage, which may or may not mean anything. I mean, sometimes you just feel a mech is more effective than another mech, and you don't end up having all your tonnage. We have a lock from Darksea Corsairs. They are using the full 420 tons.
I will say, as a team leader, I just can't figure out HPG. We try range, the other team takes brawl. We take brawl, the other team picks us apart. We just never get. It's a lot of rock paper scissors, at least for us. So this always, I always enjoy watching to see what, especially the higher div teams bring and how they handle it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they go wall traders or how many mechs they put on the wall versus how many they go basement. I mean, basement strats are something on this map for this drop, I think. And one other thing I should mention here quickly is that Darksea Corsairs has now won the match after their win in the last drop. They have 3 points against 1 point for Sky Rangers Terra. So congratulations to them. Still want to get extra points here though. I'm looking at Darksea Corsairs coming in. We've got a Viper with heavy machine gun and a Crusader. Crusader's ERPPC with small laser backup. We have that Rancor again. ER large, small pulse laser backup, 6 ER large, and a Firestarter. Firestarter's got light PPC, small laser, and what were their other mechs here? A second Firestarter, same build, light PPC, small laser, and then we've got the second Crusader, ERPC, small laser, and is that 2 Rancors on the field? Yes, it is. So looks like it's a preferred mech here, ER large, small pulse laser backup.
And then over here on the Sky Rangers side, I'm a little surprised they opted to only take one heavy, but we have a dire wolf with the double Gauss, and this one's got 4 larges. And then we have a fire starter with small pulses, a Viper F with the regular machine guns and 5 small pulse lasers, another Viper F, same build, another fire starter with the small pulse lasers, another dire wolf with the double Gauss and 4 large, and then their heavy is a Crusader 6T with PPCs and all the small lasers.
Yeah, so a little bit of Overwatch from the double Direwolf, and then flexible mechs in the Crusader, which has the ear large mixed in with the small lasers, so it can do both pushing and trading.
Oh man, looks like we might be meeting in the basement.
So far,
Basement fight.
they're just stacking. They haven't made that push yet, but they will. They do need a third cap, and the basement is probably what they're going to try for. It looks like it. Bringing over both Crusaders. They're going a little bit before the second Crusaders here, but we've got 2 Crusaders, 2 Firestarters, and 1 Viper pushing the basement against 2 Vipers and 1 Firestarter with a second Firestarter coming in. Crusaders is moving to a position where they might be able to drop, but right now this fight is going to be favoring Darksea Corsairs
All right,
initially.
Apostle Burke just dropped in to help out Esrot in the basement. Oh
This is
yeah, it's a
still,
full-on mess.
yeah, lots of machine gun fire, lots of red lasers. The numbers here should be favoring Darksea Corsairs, but they have the first mech go down. They lost one of their Crusaders. Not a lot of percentages dropping yet. Sky Rangers does lose a mech. There we go. Both legs went down. Very quick death. Gray Fox Viper is legged to 56%, goes
He's
down.
down.
Second Crusader's gone down from Darksea
There goes
Corsairs.
Carlson and the other Viper.
Now Apostle Burke is still looking very healthy here. Gets the Firestar down. We're down to a Viper and a Firestarter from Darksea Corsairs in this fight. This is going to be the decisive fight. Whoever wins this ends up getting the cap points, is what it's probably going to be. Apostle Burke is pushing back in. Shoney's looks like they're legged outside the door, 61%. Apostle Burke is going in for the kill on the Viper. Apostle Burke is open leg, about to be legged on the Theta Cap. That Crusader's dead. Apostle Burke, both legs. Oh! The
Oh
Viper goes
yeah.
down in return.
Wow.
So we're down to a leg Firestarter
Which,
versus a relatively healthy Firestarter. And open yellow on the leg for Shoney's and open rear CT yellow. So a strike would kill him, but I believe he's under a basement right now. Royal Star has an open leg. It's very important to keep the leg alive here for Royal Star, but they don't want to just leave Shoney's. I do not believe that they want to just leave the basement here and at least get the cap first, I guess, and then maybe you can make Shoney's push. Worth mentioning that you can see underneath those blocking terrain from the cap. So Royal Star is using cover here to try and protect that leg as Shoney's is pushing.
yep, we'll see what, oh,
Oh, gets a burn
got
on
him.
Royal Star's leg. Open red now. And if that leg goes, I mean, whoever wins the basement still has the advantage on caps. Shoney's getting a leg would be very beneficial here, but he needs to get the kill as well. Shoney's taking a big hit there. Royal Star is open on both legs now. Royal Star has lost a leg. Shoney's is pushing in for the kill.
Oh man, they're gonna be circling each other.
Shoney's is open side torso on the dead leg side and open yellow on the healthy leg.
Oh,
Well, alive leg, not healthy.
I don't know. Shonis is, well, they're both getting pretty beat up. For
Shoney's open CT, cherry red, one touch. Who's got the next hit? And Royal
oh,
Star
there
does
it
end up
goes.
winning it. Took some crippling damage there, but does end up winning the basement, and that could win the drop. Now mechs are going to have to come off the wall. Already, Rancor, Hollow's Rancor has come off the wall here to help secure that basement in case they lost the fight. Not needed anymore.
Look, Gatto is Direwolf's dropping down, and Black Cayman's staying up, still trading, but there's an arty strike on him now, or an airstrike.
Yeah, I mean this battle is all about the basement now. You know the light is legged. I would definitely push basement both direwolves at this point. Like sitting up on the wall is not going to be helping. Nobody's going to be running to backcap you because there's no lights left with legs. Now, of course, Rancor has left the basement from Hollow Dark Sea Corsairs. They only have the Firestarter limping out of the basement. Will they turn around and re-engage here once they know what is up? Oh, Royal Star, do they see this? Royal Star is getting shot, but did not die yet. Yeah, Royal Star's putting out a little bit of damage onto that direwolf, but we'll be going down right shortly here, playing a bit of Ring Around the Rosie. But I think the direwolf is faster than a legged light. It'll be close though.
I don't know if it can turn as fast though.
Still, there's no way that Gadolinium ends up losing this battle. It's just how long does it take before they can securely go get the cap. Now, the Blood Asp is pushing Gamma. Hollow's pushing Gamma with the Blood Asp, and the direwolf on the wall has their back turned, does not see it.
Yep, looks like he's oblivious to it.
Now, the
But as soon
direwolf
as
is
they
capping
step
in the
on that,
basement, but Royal Star is putting some deny.
man, this is
Yeah,
a
Gamma's being flipped. Direwolf is turned to face that. I'm not leaving the basement battle, though.
yep. Royal Star's two-touch CT and one-touch right leg.
All torsos open on that Firestarter. Gamma Cap has been neutralized. The direwolf looks like it's dropped off the wall to push toward Gamma.
Oh, there goes Royal Star.
Finally goes down. What? How does Gadolinium look? Nothing open. A little bit weak CT. And here's the other battle that matters.
Yep.
Hollow is retreated off the cap. 66%. Is anything open? Yes. Open side torso. Black Cayman's pushing with nothing open that matters. Just a little bit weak CT. Now, at this point, I believe Dark Sea Corsairs has won. It doesn't even matter at this point. Even if Gamma were to be flipped, I think they still have it on caps. It's 610 caps to 663. But every second delayed here from Black Cayman's Direwolf is another second that they cannot afford. And
Oh, and he goes down.
yeah, Black Cayman loses the fight against the Rancor. Those small pulse lasers likely coming in clutch. little bit higher DPS in that brawl range. And we've got a meaningless fight here, but let's watch it anyways. Direwolf and Bloodass round 2. Sir Epic Potter wins that battle as well.
Well, that was still really close. It came down to 2 basement brawls for the win.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So you got double your money on this one. 2 basement brawls for the price of 1.
A little bit of an interesting fight there. Kind of stringing in a little bit 2 at a time into the basement in a lot of ways for both teams. They didn't have their full complement there at the start of the fight.
And no surprise again, there's gadolinium with the top damage of both teams. The second highest then would be Royal Star and that fire starter. Overall, looks most of the players had good spread of damage, except for obviously some of the ones that went down first, like those Vipers and some of the Crusaders, were less than 200 damage. Some of them less than 100, but that's what happens when you're the first one to go down. So no time to put the damage in.
A little bit of an interesting battle at the end there, coming out to 2 assaults fighting for cap points.
Yeah, that was. I mean, definitely you don't see that very often. It's usually a light or something legged or stuff swirling around, not assaults duking it out for caps.
Yeah, just going to mention a little bit of a shout out here for Royal Star and their Firestarter. Not only did they do 575 damage leading their team, but they also managed to secure and then delay the cap against that Direwolf coming in. That is not an easy fight to take. Bought the team a lot of time there with the cap advantage, so that's pretty significant.
Yep, definitely used every ounce of armor on that fire starter to keep stalling.
Okay, so with that win, Darkseid Corsairs has now 14 points total, whereas Sky Rangers Jaegers picks up a single point to get to 16 points. Now, that leaves them still in range of Gudrun Synergy starting out with 11 points, playing their match, I believe, tomorrow afternoon, or, well, NA afternoon, Europe evening. So they could still catch Sky Rangers Jaeger, and I think on tiebreakers, Gudrun Synergy has a chance at first place if they manage to get a sweep. Darkseid Corsairs making a very strong argument for a second place spot, though, so very well done for them. And
Yeah,
that's it here
those
for
were
us, I think, right?
great matches. Yep,
Yeah,
that
it was
was
very good matches today. Close drops, even if the score ends up being the 4-1. Any match that ends with a pair of Bloodass trying to cap and brawl it out is close.
oh yeah,
This was Therax Casting. Joining me is GI Jimmy.
yep. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the matches, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and thank you teams for booking the match at a time where we were able to cast for you. So thank you to the teams and thank you to the viewers. Thank you, Jimmy, for joining me and running the lobby just to help out here and try to keep me on track.
Yep, thanks for inviting me. As always, it was fun.
All right, and I guess that's it for the stream.
Oh man.